Thank you. We got it from right here.
Thank you so much for having us here. It's a privilege to be able to present this to you guys in person. Roberto and Luís. Okay, oh, the clicker, yes, thank you very much. We're going to be talking about something that we do a lot. I tend to move in. We do this every day. It's kind of it's becoming common to us, the usage of these things that we use it on our day-to-day communication. We truly believe it's a language revolution. And why we say that, we're just quoting Clive Thompson here, is the birth of a new language, a language that brings emotion to text communication, which is quite important. It's totally different when you say, sorry, I'm late like this, only with text. Then when you say, sorry, I'm late, it's coming already with something that, maybe it's irony, and maybe it's something that I'm sorry, a little deeper sorry, well, that way. 6 billion emojis are sent every day by 92% of the online population. It's a lot of back and forth of those little images that we use. The word of the year by the Oxford Dictionary 2015 was not a word, it was an emoji, which is quite interesting. The emoji is, there's been a Bible translated into emoji. Moby Dick is being translated into emoji, right? So it's emotional, it's universal, because it's visual, right? But what if you are visually impaired? What if you can access that, that sort of emotion? We're not talking about a little people, we're talking about almost 300 million people in the world have some sort of visual disability. 40 million are totally blind. So these people are out of this revolution that we're talking about, right?
Our perception is that they are out of this kind of conversation because the tool that we have available today, we're talking about auto description, is not enough to pass the entire potential of emoticons in terms of language purpose. I'm going to try to explain a little bit using this example. Probably you right now accessing the idea of laughing without using words is a direct access. This is the idea of the emoticon because it's an attention to imitate our face-to-face relation. You get the feeling, you feel the emotion by image. But on the other hand, if you're visually impaired, you just got something like this.
Emoticon, laughing loudly.
It's emotion described as an information. One more time.
Emoticon, crying.
It's amazing because we are talking about laughing or crying, and the result is exactly the same. Nothing about emotions. And so our attention, we try to think about how to put them into this kind of discussion, this kind of revolution, and we try to ask you a little bit the purpose of the emojis creation. Basically, as Luís told us before, it's about create the tone of voice among the conversations, complementing the conversations. And so, because of that, inspiring that, we created the idea of emoji sound. Basically, we are delivering, in terms of accessibility, emotions. Basically, it's that. It's simple. I'm going to show you. So, you feel the emotion by image, and right now, if you're visually impaired, you can feel the emotion by sound. One more time. Yeah, it's an emotion. Again. And so, it's emotional because we are really delivering emotion. It's universal because be audible, it's a way to be universal, like be visual. And for them, I'm talking about visual impaired people, be audible, it's amazing because for them, listening it's a way of seeing. And that's it. And now Luís are going to explain a little bit more about how it works.
And how did we put this together? This is the website where we publish things. You can download it. Actually, we're talking about an add-on, and we said it's a plugin, but it's an add-on to an existing plugin. You can test it out. We mapped out 68 the most used 68 emojis, and we recorded sounds for those. So we're tackling it at like the very beginning of the most used emojis that currently are used. This is all a kind of a step-to-step on how to download it, how to install it, and how to make it work on your computer. Let's take a little step back and see how we built that. Actually, from a brand perspective, The purpose of the brand is to provide high quality internet access to all its consumers and all its base. And these people are out this quality of experience. So we try to bring them in from a brand perspective as well. And we did that trying to understand the challenges and the problems of these specific audience. And we had to partner with someone that really understood that. And our partner was Instituto Benjamin Constant at Rio de Janeiro, who's been helping impaired people since 1854, which is a long time. So they were the ones that helped us to understand, the challenges, the problems, the everyday the complications and challenges again to access information through technology because they're visually impaired. So that helped us, and that conversation led us to choose one of the most popular screen readers that we have in the market, which is NVDA, because it's free, and most importantly, because it's open source. So it's part of the Unicode, and that helps a lot to build something that's accessible when it's part of something that's standardized, okay? And also because 85% of these population of visually impaired run their screen readers on Windows, and we had to make sure that this plugin was also playing on that Windows as well, that platform as well. So it's not easy to do something that is accessible. It takes a lot of work. Thanks to Unicode, we were able to kind of render all these different ways of rendering the images depending on the device or the operating system into something that would be read by the code. So every time someone does something that is different from the code, we had to rewrite that same code. This is the API where we started working on. It's a free API, open API, and I like this big bucket thing. It's where the code lives, right? It's actually live. You can go out and you can go there, you can evolve, you can download it, you can really contribute to evolving the same platform. This is a little bit of the process that we had from the idea until the final integrated campaign that we put out. A lot of interactions with Instituto Benjamin Constant, especially when recording the sounds. We had to make sure we were delivering the right emotion to these people, and they were very important on checking that out. NVDA have very high quality standards of quality standards on development and approving the code. So there was a lot of back and forth there to make sure that everything was according to their patterns. Okay. Some of the initial results, we reached a lot of people with the campaign. It's an integrated campaign, but that's not what's important actually. The important thing is that we started something. We have people are downloading this and they're changing their experience and way of getting information. As Roberto said, getting the emotion through the sound already running. Right? So this is live, this is out there, and we just want to continue that. Just for you to know, this is someone that took the code and made a web application so you can test out the sounds. So it's already generating spin-offs the same application. All right?
So I think we are time. Just to finish our presentation, we need to learn we need to share some learnings that we got during the whole process, and maybe contribute a little bit among some discussions that we perceive are emerging, especially in terms of the ideas building and corporate social responsibility also. The first one, okay, we got something, but we are thinking more in co-creation than creation. Today, everyone around the world can improve this platform. Everyone can contribute in that, participating in that. And just because of that, we are thinking about be better. We have space for everyone increase, improve, enrich your idea, but at the same time, it's something 100% applicable to the real world. It's something that is happening. We change it forever, the way that they got relations with this kind of subjects. It's scalable, we can do that, but at the same time we work with a conscious of platform. Everything got around $10,000, except of course the launched campaign. Just to finish, some learnings that we got.
Yeah, just a quick comment about standardization. Sometimes brands trying to have a tendency to do their own thing, and that's very difficult for accessibility to work on.
We have 30 seconds, okay. It's something that we got according to the core business where we're working with. We're talking about broadband. We are trying to give you a good experience in terms of internet, and I need to think about you if you're visually impaired as someone that I need to deliver this kind of thing. And so we are thinking about innovation for the civilization and society also, doing the right thing. At the same time, we believe that it's possible. Think about competitive advantage, and at the same time think about sense of community. We are doing business, but at the same time we're thinking and do the right thing. It's our deep belief. We really believe in that. Because of that, we did that by, or if you're vision impaired, we did that by. Thank you so much. I train a lot, but the time is.
Thank you.